Hello everyone, this is Planckera, and welcome to my universe. So last time I was sick, I was trying to get some hair done. I was not entirely satisfied with how much this looked like Koromaru, just all kinds of things. But I am starting to feel a little bit better, so that's been nice. Anyway, let me put the wings back here. I guess I accidentally erased a point at some point, but that's fine. I'll redraw them later. I just wanted to take a look at the silhouette again real quick, and it's not bad. I think for a casual outfit, this is about as close to Koromaru as I will be able to get, because this is a very simplistic design here. So I think I am satisfied. I am probably still sick, but I'm doing better. It's getting there. It's like there's some things that are making me think I might want to schedule a doctor's appointment, but at the very least, I think I'm getting over the cold I had. So there were multiple things going on here. But it's all good. I will try to fix some of those things. So anyway, I want to revisit the hair again here, and I think I might have been trying a little bit too hard to change the shape there, because I don't know, man, when I looked over at my little doodle when I was trying to hammer in a lot of this stuff, I'm just like, man, her hair is so round and fluffy, and it is so cute. And I feel like I have lost that with trying to have this like additional shape coming out. So I might change that. Fortunately, I have it sitting on a new layer, so I can try as many variations as I want. Alright. So I want to go look at the bangs some more and kind of figure out how all of those should be sitting there, and I think I will still start with that. So we're gonna go with the negative face. Alright, we're gonna go with the negative face here, and just to have a little bit of color contrast while I'm trying to figure out the shape. Don't worry, when the final version comes, the contrast will be sufficient on its own. But while I'm still kinda messing around here, I think I need the help. And in other news, I have officially started my drawing training arc today off stream, and that will mostly stay off stream for now. I might do some on stream at some point, but I'm not ready. I need to take it a little slow, and I decided I wanted to add like one more pleat of hair in here. I'll probably do it on this side too. As for why, I don't know. I thought it might look nice. I wanted to try it. Okay, I changed my mind. I had a good number. 3 works very well. It's okay. This is the importance of trying things. That's fine. People get sick all the time. It's like, it was the first couple of weeks of school, and suddenly there is, you know, a classroom of like 20 or 35-year-olds all derping around, doing derpy things. It's only natural that little kids bring home disease. And then, like I said, there's probably something else going on. If it doesn't clear up, then I'm gonna have to go to the doctor. But so here's hoping that all is well. But fortunately, at least the part that's making me cough all the time and making my throat dry out and all these other things, that's going away. So that'll at least make it easier to stream. Okay. I still need to... I want to figure out how how these couple of strands all kind of connect into the roots here. So I'm thinking very carefully about the structure of what I'm drawing here. So you know what? I'm going to go ahead and just put all of this in shadow for a second, and then I will figure out where to put the highlights. And while I'm at it, I still have where I feel like it should all be coming out most. But yeah, while I'm at it, I just want to shape this part of the bangs and get it all very lovely. And I also kind of want to take a look at our puppy friend here and maybe try to incorporate some of these shapes here, because I'm realizing when you look at him, his design is extremely angular, and I actually went with a very soft and fluffy thing because I wanted to use the shape of the tail, because this tail is so cute. Shiba Inu tails. Adorable. Absolutely adorable. I've seen some people walking their dogs in real life, and I'm just like, man, I just want to nink that tail and uncurl it. I restrained myself, of course, but the urge is there. They're just so cute. But yeah, when I actually look, a lot of things here, very pointy, very sharp, very triangular. I can tell this person appreciates triangles, and you know, good on them. Triangles are great. So it kind of was making me question if this was the right thing, but man, it is just so cute. So I'm probably going to stick with it. But there are things I can do, right? There are things I can do to make some stuff a little bit more triangular. And maybe match some of that pointy energy. Well, I'm glad you're feeling better. Okay. So I'm thinking very carefully about where this will connect into her head here, and I'm probably going to be adjusting a bunch of things here. That just kind of is what it is, you know? But I want to make sure that this feels very solidly in her head. So you can see I'm having these parts kind of curled downward now. And I think this is a good way to kind of incorporate some of those angular shapes in Koromaru's design into this kind of shape. So you can see I'm also doing it with the ahoge up here, where, you know, it's pointy at the top, but still soft and curvy. And here I have the pointiness at the top, and then it's going to go into a circle and be nice and fluffy. So that's kind of the goal here. We'll see if I can get a good balance. But so far, I think it looks pretty cute. So far, I am happy. Just gotta finish it all off. I'm kind of looking forward to being able to put all the hair clips and stuff in here, because I think that it should look quite adorable. I guess it's only natural that if I turn Koromaru into a human, that she would be a very cute human. I think I mentioned this while I was trying to think of some of the shapes to use the last time I was working on this one, is that I wanted her to look very pettable, because Koromaru is super pettable. And I think that there are some humans that look more pettable than others. So I wanted to keep some of that energy in here. And, you know, so far I'm pretty satisfied. And I'll just be cutting into things, and I'll redraw things, and if I get scared, I can always redraw it on new layers and all that good stuff. So, there is no need to fear. It is one of the joys of digital, in my opinion. You are just safe to try whatever you want. And nothing will be destroyed. Look at how clean our erasers are. It is fantastic. So here, this one I'm being very particular on, because unlike the other ones, this one is pointed like directly at the viewer. So, whereas if I draw it from the side, I'd get this kind of shape. And that's kind of what I'm going for. But because this one is facing us, this little part that curls around, you know, kind of like this. This part is like behind this. So we don't see it. So I have to make sure that it's clear that it is there still. Even though it is invisible. Even though it is hiding. I do enjoy me some good clarity in my art. Okay, and then I needed to kind of decide how much space is between these two strands and how much they overlap each other. So let's see here. Right now they're pretty much not overlapping at all, which I think is probably wrong. And that makes me think that this one, but the way that I have it drawn, I'm trying to think of how to describe it. Let me see if I can draw it here. So we have a head kind of out here, right? And from the front, we have, you know, kind of this kind of shape here. And that's roughly what the bangs are shaped like. And then from the side, they're going to be like this, where they're just very, very round. So I'm thinking about, do any come further out than others? And the answer I came to was yes. So if you think about it three-dimensionally, these front guys out here are actually like physically sitting on top of the side ones as they wrap around the head. So because if you think about the shape of a head, you know, your forehead sticks out just a little bit. It's round. So I'm trying to keep that kind of shape. So as it wraps around the head, these get pushed a little further back. Because, you know, it's like, feel your hairline. It's gonna go around. So, that kind of thing. That explanation felt clear as mud, but, you know, basically, I'm just trying to emphasize the roundness of her forehead as well. So I want to make this guy a little bit wider. I don't mind this little gap in between these two. I think that's fine. But it might be a little bit too thick. I need to think about the shape of this guy here and make sure the shadows are lining up properly. And so right now, this shadow that I'm putting in defines the edge of this guy as opposed to the edge of this guy. Because this guy is on top, right? It is sitting on top. But there we go. I think that sums it up decently. And then a little bit later, I'll be putting some shadows on the bottom here, but I just want to get these little banana shapes looking the way that I want them first. Okay, let's curl this guy now. So he has like an underside part kind of sticking up through here. I'll just go ahead and draw it in my shadow color. And I will... It's going to be going underneath this other one. So I will draw this part in, so this way I know where these shadows need to be. And then I will put the white part back on top. So it's a little like this. I don't have the angle drawn correctly, but I don't need to have it correct there. As long as it's correct underneath here. And there we go. Now it's curling back. And I get the feeling that this part will become this color later. But I don't want to worry about it right now. Okay. So now this one. Where do you stick out? So if the point where all of them are sticking out is like right about there, then that would mean that you're doing something like this. Once again, I'll just draw through, so this way I can picture it a little bit more easily. There we go. And look, it's even following the initial lines I made a little bit better. I just could not think straight last time I was working on this. Monday was rough. It's okay. It is now Thursday. So I've had some time to recuperate, and her eyes are in the way. It's okay. This girl does not need a face. I'm just gonna fill in the gaps here. I might end up bringing them back out. I don't know yet. But I just figured I would fill them in for now. Okay, and I am going to try to work out the angle of the curve before it kind of goes back here. And then looking at this, it's making me realize I can make this guy a little bit fluffier. So I might do that. Man, these bags are so cute though. Look at them. They're so round and fluffy. I am so happy to be drawing these right now. I love drawing stuff like this. I'm gonna put a little bit more shadow through there, just so I have some room to play with. There we go. Oh yeah. Look at how fluffy those guys are. I am pleased. All right. And yeah, I have her head at a slight angle, so I think that all this is right. And now I will go and try to work out where I think the tip of this is. But this one is more from the side, so I don't think the tip is quite as strong. So I think something like this is correct. So this one's not curling back quite as much as this one. And this one we're seeing directly from the front, so it's curling back behind where we can't see it. But there we go. That looks so fluffy. And now I can start connecting this other side. Okay. So with the way this is, I want, because her head is angled, you know, like this, I want everything on this side to be a little bit higher than everything on this side. And that means that this part connects higher up. So let's get that connection point in there. So it's gonna be over here somewhere. That seems pretty okay. And I'll just clean it up to get the curve right. And I am happy that I can more clearly think about things structurally today. And I am no longer just kind of flailing around. Being sick is the worst, man. I hate it. Hate it. Can't do anything, and my brain is just like, man, stuff sure is happening. Sure is. All right. So once again, I kind of want this part of the curl to be in shadow because it's curling back. So this part is sticking out in front of her forehead. This part is touching her forehead. That is a good way to think about it, I think. Okay. So I think this is a start. This side is a little bit rougher than the other side. So I think before I finish fully refining this strand here, I kind of want to get the other one started. So the next one, let's see, how are you coming out? I got my point here, so you would be sticking out kind of from here. Out like this. The spider declares. All right. Some of this might get erased, but I'm just gonna plop it in for now. Okay. So you're gonna be coming out kind of like this. I will make you nice and pointy. I think that's a little bit too high. Like, I want it to be higher than these, but the angle that her head is sitting is not that steep. So I think I had that a little bit too much there. There we go. That's a little better. And now we make it round. And these sides, just again, due to the angle of her head, are a little bit closer together to each other. Or they appear to be, rather. They have that appearance. Just because it is turned on the side there. So we're not going to see more cute little curls, I don't think. Cute little curls will be behind each strand, so it's all the more important that I get the cute little curls right on this side. Because they make everything better. Just everything. Okay, that seems all right. And then this guy, where do you come out? And then naturally all three of these need a little bit more refinement, but I just want to get my ideas down. So if you connect over here, then the point where you come out, I think is actually going to be hidden. So it's going to be like... probably like right around like this. Come down like this, and then out. So I probably want something a little bit more like this. So I'll very clearly define the edge of this strand, and then let this one kind of come out behind it. And I think that's how that side is gonna work. Let's let you kind of come out up here, from here to here. And that should be some better perspective. Okay, let me clean up some of the areas I drew on top of just to check it all and see if I am satisfied with that. I do think that reads significantly better than what I had, but the angle of this still doesn't feel quite right. So let me buff it out just a little. It's closer. Just gotta curve it nice and smooth. Nice and smooth. I think that is almost correct. I think the part that's not quite correct is actually the hair underneath it. So if I hide this for a second, does that look like it is wrapping around her forehead? Very much so. Cool. The mystery has been solved. And all the stuff that I was flailing at last time is now looking pretty good. So I'll go ahead and clean things up here. And I will try get all of the proper shading in here, and we'll just finish off the bangs today. Once again, since her hair is white, and a very, very light white at that, I will not be putting highlights on. It's like I could. There are ways to put highlights on white hair and have them look very nice. But this is basically just a concept drawing, so I do not really feel the need to do that. And actually, I think these are a little bit high. Let's push them down just a little bit. There we go. I think that lines a little bit better up with these now. I'll just kind of clean up the edge there. Okay. And we'll just go around, gently filling everything in. And I want to get this little spot that's kind of underneath there, because I do think that that is visible at this angle. So the hair kind of sticks up like this, and that helps it give it that appearance. Okay. And I just want to smooth everything out. And then once I'm all done with that, I will go do the last little bit of shading, because I want some shadow at the bottom here to make them look a little bit curlier. And I think that'll look pretty good. I am excited to do it. But yeah, I've been doing lots of studying off stream, and oh man, I wish that I had, you know, 8 10 hours to just draw stuff again. But I have tiny ones that very much want attention. And so they will not let me do this. I kind of miss being able to do that. Where I could just get into something and just spend all day working on it. That's okay. The family, very worth. Very, very worth. I have no regrets making it. But unfortunately, it does mean that the training is going a little bit slower than I like. I have no patience. I'm sure when I'm out here just casually drawing stuff like this, it probably looks like I have some. No, absolutely not. It is a lie. I guess you could say it is an illusion. And it's not so much that I have no patience, it's just... when I want to go, I want to go. Like, I just want to get up and go. And for the most part, life doesn't let you do that. I cannot just sit here 16 hours a day and draw. I have to do things like eat. I have other responsibilities. Even before I had kids, I had, you know, things like school and other stuff that would make me get up and do something else. And when I think about a lot of these things, I just think of the steps I have to take in order to make certain things happen. And I try to do as many of them as possible, like all at once. But unfortunately, sometimes I feel like I could do a little bit more, but I have other responsibilities, so I can't. And I get antsy. Extremely antsy. So even though I can sit here and carefully render things for very, very long periods of time, I have that kind of patience. I can grind. I can continue streaming with 0 viewers and be totally cool. But man, if I feel like I'm stagnating or that there's stuff I gotta do, but I can't do it because there's other stuff I gotta do, I just get sad and impatient. I've gotten better about being able to wait on other people, but I still have problems sometimes. I can make things happen, but sometimes I think I freak people out. I can't help it. There's stuff to be done. Gotta go do the thing. It'll be great. Anyway, I want the light source to be kind of in the middle here, kind of shining in the middle of her face. So I had these shadows here kind of favoring the left side here, and now they're going to be favoring the right side because the light source has changed directions. But yes, I am hoping that I can do many more things once my training is complete. My main goal is just do whatever's necessary to let me draw faster. I just have to assimilate a bunch of information, and it takes time, and I hate it, but I'll get there. That, I have no doubt. No doubt at all. Okay, and then I'm just adding a few other little shadows here to kind of show where it's going down into her head. And then I have to figure out how I'm going to handle the hairline here. I haven't quite decided. It's okay. I will decide soon. I will decide very soon. Okay, I had to move something there because I couldn't tell if something was a bit of pixel dirt or if there was a bit of dirt on my screen again. I swear I just cleaned my monitor like a couple of weeks ago and there's already a bunch of stuff on it. I don't know how this stuff gets here. Like, I know the tiny ones are not touching my screen. And I certainly don't touch the screen either. So I don't know how it gets here. It's very mysterious. But fortunately, there's not that much dirt, so it's not bothering me that much. All is well. All is well. Okay, there's some nice, super fluffy bangs. I think that they are super adorable and I love them so much. Look at them go. Those are so round. Okay, let's go get... No, I have to define the rest of the hair before I can get the ahoge. Okay. So now the section that I have declared hair. I feel like it is very square. So let's get that 1920s look in there and make it less square. Yeah, sure. I'll keep the opacity low. And basically what I'm doing when I keep the opacity low like this is I'm looking to see the shape of her skull underneath. Since I do draw out the entire head, just to kind of help me with proportions and whatnot. And then I can get these shapes looking good based on the actual shape of her head. And right now I'm focused mostly on the outer curve. I will get all the shading looking the way that I want to a little bit later. Little bit later. Right now, I just gotta get these cute little curves doing exactly what I want. Once again, I feel like that these are kind of receding into the back, so I should draw them as such. I'm gonna put a little bit of shading there, just to kind of help me visualize. And once I can visualize that, it should, in theory, help me get these outer parts looking a little bit closer to how I want as well. That's why I say in theory. It's the hope, but sometimes it doesn't always work out that way. I had to pull a few more shenanigans. But right now, I do think it is helping me understand the structure of the hair better. I gotta get this curling just right. And unlike the bangs here that are kind of popping out and then going down, This I picture sitting a little bit more smoothly on her head. I could, in theory, make him come out, and maybe I should try, where I do something like this. And if I do it like this, it might give the appearance of dog ears. I can try it. That might be cute, actually. It actually kind of is. Look at that. That actually is kind of cute. Let's take a look at this pattern. So I'm gonna get those basic shapes in there. It's gonna kind of come out from this center point like everything else. And then we'll have a spot where we kind of see what's underneath there. We see at the side here. I don't think we do on that side, but we do on this side. So I will fill in this part with white. We'll just use this color as basically a line for the bangs, which is a little bit confusing. So I gotta make sure that I make that clear. Oh yeah. Okay, I changed my mind. I like this. I wasn't gonna do it, but no, it's pretty good. It's pretty good. In fact, I think I can even make it a little bit bigger. Okay, and then this side should connect with whatever I do down here, which it does. So this is about right. And then on this side, are these big enough that they should overlap? I kind of have them coming out of the same point. I do not think that they should overlap. Or if they do, it should be very, very slight. So this should come out a little bit more like here. Come around. This should connect with the rest of the hair here. And then on this side, I think we see a little bit more of like the interior. So this is like the side. Okay, that is quite cute. I like it. This side should be a little bit higher than it is, just due to the tilt of the head. Okay. Now I just gotta kind of perfect the shape there. This is why we try things. While I'm here, I kind of want to get this part of the hair too. Because the little bit coming out there, it's not working for me. So I'm gonna have it, you know, be a little bit smoother all the way around. And we're just gonna have it be round. Have very, very round hair. I think that kind of shape probably works. I'm just trying to figure out where this side comes out of the head. So this way I can have it wrap around her head here proper. Thinking in 3 dimensions is hard. Okay, so something like that, I think, is kind of how this is supposed to curve. I think this side might come out just a touch more. Just a touch. I'm just having a little bit of trouble picturing the structure of this hair. It is very curly and overlaps her face in ways. But okay, I think that's pretty cute. And then this guy will stick out of that kind of gap in between here. Something like that. Now I'm wondering if I should have two. Make it a little bit more dog ear-like here. And if I do this... Is that cute, or is that, like, way too much? That looks more like devil horns, so we'll just stick with the one. Yep, that pattern not quite working. All right. Let's see here. Okay, I'm gonna hide this for now, so this way I can make everything here nice and smooth. Oh yeah, and I still have to figure out the hairline here because, yeah, that's not gonna work. Let me see how it looks on real ladies. See if I can find something with someone with like super ridiculously fluffy bangs. Let's see here. Because I'm sure there's something like that. Yeah, it looks like on real girls it comes out a little bit closer to the hairline, so maybe I should just hold these down just a little. Yeah, that actually is extremely cute. Let me see. Where is the hairline exactly? I should figure that out before I try to draw this. Okay. Let me give her eyes back real quick, and we'll figure out where the top of this forehead is. So probably, you know, right about there. This does make the top of her head extremely pointy. I might alter that a little bit. It's not sticking out of her head that much, actually. But anyway, let's go ahead and connect these proper then. So about here. Okay. So I just made them a little bit too long. And then I need to think about how this all comes out. I'm just going to use the Liquify tool to help me out here. So the way that I think this will work is something like this. I'm not used to drawing hair quite like this, so this is a little bit of a new experience for me. How does this normally work? Let me look at some inspiration here, because I know that there are some anime girls that kind of do this. Path to Nowhere had a lot of art like this, so I'm just gonna go look at Garofano. She is what came to mind immediately of just having these ridiculously, this kind of ridiculously big hair. So that's an excellent reference. Just taking a moment to understand it before I go and attempt to draw it. It's funny, today I was watching some art videos as a part of my art training, and the debate on whether you should know what you're trying to draw before you even put down one mark and kind of picture it in your head, or if you should, you know, just let your hand guide you, know as little as possible, go full head empty as much as you can. I wasn't aware that there was such a debate between artists, but apparently there is, and I do like having a lot of spontaneity in my art, but I do think it is kind of important to know what you're trying to do, what you're trying to set out to do before you start. Unless you're doodling. I don't think there's nothing wrong with doodling. But if you're just kind of derping around, that's entirely different. And we're not going to worry about the skull for now, because that I can cover up with this bottom layer that I have going down here, so I'm not worried about it. I just want to figure out where these little puppy ears are going, and I also want them to be shaped a little bit more like puppy ears. So I'm going to go take a look at Koromaru's ears here. But yeah, I am very much in the camp of you should have an idea of what you're trying to accomplish before you even put down anything. And I mean, you guys have seen how I draw things, right? I'm not exactly the world's biggest stickler on these things. Like, my method is still very, very spontaneous. And I am very much willing to try things and change my mind and all of these things. But when I do, I try to know why I am wanting to do these things, or what I am trying to do there. Like when it comes to art, I do consider myself more on the intuitive side. And at least to me, that is all the more reason to really think about what you are trying to accomplish before you put down too many strokes. And to actually think about why you were putting those strokes there. Otherwise, you're just going to be putting down a bunch of random stuff, and you probably won't achieve what you want. That's kind of how I look at it. Okay, so I am going to spend a moment trying to get those a little bit more ear-like. And also a little bit more hair-like. Gotta do both. Right now I'm a little bit unsatisfied, so here we go. But I think I'm getting somewhere. I think that this is very cute. I might even leave out the stupid hair. The cowlick. I might. And this side needs to be a little bit lower due to the tilt of the head here. It should not be higher than this one. Okay, she'll look a little bit funny for a little while. It's fine. It's fine to look a little bit funny. Okay. In fact, we're gonna look extremely funny. we're just gonna embrace the funniness here while I actually figure out how this hair is structured. I just want to get all these angles perfect. Because there is a method to my madness here. I am just trying to understand things structurally, and if I can't do that, then that means that it is time to hide a couple of layers until I can. But here we go. With this, I'm seeing what I'm putting down here. So I can kind of feel it. And I will worry about how the shading caused by the bangs sitting on top, how that all shakes out after. First, I need to understand what the heck I'm even doing here. That has to come first. Second, I want to make sure that the shapes I put in are the kind that I want. So I want to make sure that this looks like dog ears. And then third, I can think about how the hair interacts with each other. And because I'm drawing digitally and can hide my layers, I can do it one step at a time. I can keep things nice and easy for my brain. Have I mentioned that I love digital as a medium? I really do. I think it is fantastic. Okay, let's put her bangs back on. And there we go. And now I can get the rest of her hair here. I think I'll just use the shadow color. And we can just let this be flat. Just like that. Okay, and now I can focus on just this outer shape here. And get that exactly the way I want it. I think I want another strand just right here. Same on this side. This hair is very symmetrical. And of course I gotta curl it. There's gotta be cute little curls everywhere. I changed my mind. I don't like it. Let's back up. Okay. I think it looks better like this, actually. So we will just let this curl around her head. And leave it at that. I do kind of want some loose hair here and there, kind of like this. But I don't want to draw it yet. I don't want to get to that level of detail until I know that I like everything that I have up until then. And since I changed the silhouette so much, so much. How are we looking? They do look a little bit more like cat ears than dog ears. I think dog ears are a little bit longer and skinnier, so I don't know. Do I raise it up a little? If I just take this part. But it's like I have to be careful because they're going to start looking ridiculous if I can make them too big. I guess that's fine. Dog ears have a slightly different quality to them, but I also have to keep it looking like hair, so... Compromise right there. Okay, I'm gonna go poke at the bangs just a little bit more. I would like where they're coming out to be just a little bit more prominent. To just match with how strong the other bits of hair are. So I'm just gonna take a moment to kind of fill that in, and I'll worry about shading a little bit afterward. There. So it's a little bit stronger now. And let's see, do I want those going that far down? I think I might be able to get away with if I just alter the angle of this a little, let them stick out here instead. So it'd be a little bit more like this. Okay, yeah, I can get behind that. Did I put her hairline a little bit too low? I might have. Okay. So I'll lift this up a little bit. I just felt like her face was a little bit short. Although thinking about it, I think that her entire face might be a little bit high. So let me lower it just a little and see if that fixes my problem. I mean, it definitely helped. But I still think that her forehead is a little bit too small. So I will adjust accordingly. We're not really seeing a lot of the top of the head or anything, so... Not at this angle, like her head is tilted back slightly, so we really shouldn't see the top of her head at all. But I do think I have the hairline in about the right spot there. So this, I think these are coming out of the right spot. Which tells me that perhaps I just am showing a little bit too much back here. And I just drew the back of her head a little bit too large here. That sounds like something I do. There we go. I think that works a little bit better. And the other half is... I think I might just have this hair sticking out a little bit too hard. So I'm going to take both of these layers and just kind of push it back in just a little bit. Yeah, and I think with her hair like that, she has a little bit more dog girl energy. So I will count that as a win. I am happy. Okay. I'll erase the little bit of head sticking out there. And I think before I refine this any further, that I need to sit on this for a day. So I'm going to move on to a different part of her body. Because, I don't know, right now, something about her head just feels very strange to me. I'm not quite sure what. So that is why I kind of want to look away from it for a second. Flipping it actually did let me see some other stuff. And I can see that part of it is I need to move this eye over a little. This way it is properly sitting at the front of her face. Okay, I'll go ahead and put in a few shadows just to make things easier for me to see. I think I need to move the nose over a little. Just the nose, though. The mouth, I think, is okay. And I think this is not quite centered. Which makes this not quite centered. So that will be adjusted as well. Okay, and this one is still a little bit too high. So I need to kind of bring him back into line here. And I also think that I should just have this part coming out here. And that should look a little bit better. A little bit more like the hair is just hanging off there. And then I think some of the weirdness is just going to be the general shape of the hair here. And you know what? If it's going to look weird no matter what I do, I might as well make it look weird in a way that makes me happy. So let's make it rounder. This is just one of those cases where I'm maybe not quite sure how to draw this hairstyle in 3 dimensions, but you know what? This is anime. It doesn't have to be completely 3-dimensional. I can just pick shapes that I think look really good, and I call that fine. And that already does look better, honestly. It actually does. So sometimes I just kind of have to forget what makes sense and go with what looks good. Okay, her head suddenly looks considerably less weird. Yay! Okay. But still, I kind of want to sit on it for a day because I did change quite a lot about it. So I don't want to do any further work with that, so for now, let's get her shoulders going. Pick out where those headphones should sit. Let's see, I'm gonna hide them for now. Because right now I don't think her head is sitting on her shoulders right. I'm gonna go ahead and hide her coat too. And we are just going to do the shoulders and this dress. That is where I'm gonna get started. Okay, and in that case, I'm gonna make her bald, as is tradition. Fare thee well, Hare. I knew you. You are fantastic. I'm very happy with my progress. Okay, I'm gonna shape the head a little bit too. I think I'm showing a little bit too much of the back there. I realized something in my training arc here is that for some reason I keep wanting to put the ears on the front plane of the head. For some reason I consider them on the front. But no, they are on the side. And like, I know this consciously, but for some reason, I just keep wanting to place them on the front plane, and it doesn't work. And I always want the back of the head to show around the ears, but that only happens at specific angles. At a slightly less than like 3/4 angle that I got going here. The back of the head is not going to show behind the ears like at all. Maybe a little bit, but not very much at all. And I also realized I started touching my own face for this, is that what I consider the cheeks is actually on the side plane of the head, not the front. I think the reason I got confused is because I have very, very round cheeks. So sometimes it felt like they were facing forward, even though they were facing to the side. So I found all of this extremely interesting, and I am hoping that by realizing these things, my accuracy will increase. And I will not have to flail at proportions quite so hard. It sounds wonderful. I'll do my best. Okay, I think the chest is like right there. I had it just slightly too low, and she is kind of tilting her back, which will bring her chest upward. So, gotta keep that in mind. There's gonna be like a pinch at her waist here. It's not gonna be super drastic, but it exists. And I wish to acknowledge it. I do. So I'm hoping that getting some of this down will fix some of the proportion issues that I have. And she will look even better. I'm gonna go ahead and hide the belt as well. We're just gonna pare down all the details. I needed those there to check the design. But now the design has been checked, and I'm happy with it. So now it is time to go through and actually get things looking right. I am shaping these legs way too much, but you know what? It's fine. I want to right now. This is what I feel like doing in this moment. So I will. We're gonna give her some very nice calves. After all, Koromaru goes for very many walks, so I'm sure he is very fit. And thus will probably have some nice looking calves. They make sure he gets his exercise so that he can fight his best. Alright. So here, I'm kind of wanting to get the shape of her waist and a chest area. I feel like she's got a little bit too much boob there, so I'm gonna trim it down a little bit. Like I said, I did not want her to be very busty. So I'm gonna keep it pretty simple here. Okay, and I feel like this is sticking out a little bit too hard. I needed it to kind of understand where her waist was, but now I think it's a little bit too big, so I'm going to take it back a little. And I will gently shave through there. I kind of want to keep her tall and skinny. I mean, I keep making references to 1920s fashion, and that was kind of the body shape that was popular there. This has nothing to do with Koromaru, but it's just what I'm picturing in my head. Keep the body structure a little bit less curvy and feminine. Just a little. I still want her to be obviously a girl. Okay. Okay. How's this? I think that looks pretty good. That kind of has the shape that I want. You can still kind of see that she's twisting to the side a little bit. The shoulders do look a little bit better. Let me pull this arm a little further back. Yeah, it looks pretty good. So this is the foot holding most of her weight, and she feels very balanced to me. I think my arm here might be a little bit long. Let us rejoin those two parts. And I have a bracelet somewhere here. Okay. Yeah, that looks much more proportionate. Let's fit the coat onto these shoulders. Actually, before I do that, I should finish up the dress straps here. I kind of want to get the straps and the collar into their final forms. And this will just be how everything looks. All the way to the end, in theory. You know, unless I change my mind. Okay, where are the collarbones exactly? There's going to be like one here, going up toward the shoulder, and the other one like here, going up toward the shoulder. Then the pit of the collarbone is going to be like right there, which does mean that her neck actually should come a little further over. And I will need to move the entire head to compensate for that. Just the entire thing. Okay. There we go. Still kind of exploring for the right thickness here. This shoulder is going to come up here and do a thing like, you know, gotta do shoulder things. And then this one will stick out a little here. But the angle of her body is not that sharp. Let me go ahead and hide the dress for a second. Nah, the dress is too important for the shape of her body here. I'm just gonna go ahead and erase the straps for a moment. Just so that this way they don't distract me. And I'll get rid of where I think the center is. Although, maybe I should leave that in, actually. Okay, we'll do that. So let's see, if this is the neck, it'll kind of come down like this. This will wrap around kind of like this. And that should be where the center of the dress is. And that means the strap should be coming out like, kind of like this, wraps around the shoulder. And it'll be kind of like that. Okay, so now, hopefully in theory, I should be able to draw these shoulders properly now. You know, in theory. I don't like that, so... kind of want this part to be a little bit less angled then. And don't mind that I just casually cut off her head. It's okay. I'll draw the neck back. I just want to get the angles of these shoulders right, all their various features into the right place. All that good stuff. And then this arm back here will kind of come out right there, but, you know, facing the other direction. Okay. So something like this, I suppose. I want to make this arm a little bit less bulky. Her body a little bit more slender. Because while I'm sure Koromaru is a very strong puppy, this is just the body type that I have in my head, and I would like to draw it. Besides, his strength stat isn't very high. It's like middling, right? I know it's higher than the magic stat, which is weird considering that his better attacks are magic, but... I might actually have those numbers wrong. It has been a long time since I played Persona 3, and I never actually used Koromaru much. Okay. Okay. Go down into the wrists there. That seems fine. So now I can draw the parts under the arm here. Maybe make her a little bit less thick here. Okay, now I want to think about how the neck attaches to the body again. I'm going to cut off the head entirely, just so I can really focus where this neck comes out. I feel like it should be right about here. Right about like this. And then the head will sit on top right there. Let's turn the head back on and attach it. There, and that feels a little bit more balanced. No. Her head still feels like it's jutting out a little bit. And her shoulders feel a little bit skinny now, so I will pull them out just a little. I did slim them down considerably, so I am not surprised. So we'll just pull this one out here. And I will pull this one out a little bit too. There we go. And now I just reattach the arms. There, and I think that fixed a lot of the issues that I was having with her shoulders, so you know what? Let's give her her hair back. And I'll take a look at things here. So far, so good. I no longer feel like her head is just really off balance on her shoulders here. So that is a good sign. We'll go ahead and reattach the shoulder here. There we go. Get the angle of that arm looking the way I think it should. The armpit, I think, actually comes out more this direction. I'll cut the armpit into her shoulder a little there. There we go. Okay, it looks pretty promising. And then the armpit will kind of go into her chest area here, and that should be good. Okay. I think I can be pretty happy with those shoulders. So let's go ahead and put some sleeves on them. Just like I think I want this to cut just a little bit deeper there. It's a modest dress, but this kind of dress does tend to show off the collarbones and stuff. And I'll just gradually kind of round it out there. And then this one won't be quite as long. Or as wide, I guess I should say. And it'll just chill right there. Yeah, I think that looks pretty alright. I'll just keep kind of cutting into it until I'm satisfied with the angle of it all. So yeah, something like that. I'm pretty sure I drew those collarbones way too high, but it's all good. Where do collarbones go again? You know what? I was looking at quick poses today, and I think I saw a couple that had visible collarbones. Yeah, they kind of sit at the base of the neck. Okay. So neck here, this is probably where it starts. That's going to be that little gap right between them. Up like this. And I don't know. I think that's way too prominent. I think I'm just not going to draw them. I don't think they have to be there. I just feel like these straps should be a little further apart. Trying to feel out where this one on the side here should go. I think something like that is probably okay. How does it look? I don't know, her body looks attached, so I'll take it. Okay. I don't know, I just felt like her head was a bit large relative to the shoulders, so I wanted to make it a little bit smaller, and now I kind of want to push the chest up just a little to kind of compensate for that. The waist I actually think is okay, even with this new size. If anything, I think I could make her head a little bit smaller here. Okay. That might be overdoing it. Her legs are extremely long now. But I do think everything else up here is more proportionate, so I think rather than fix that, I'm just gonna take all of this and move it up a little bit. And I will adjust the dress accordingly. And then I just kind of want to take the whole lower body again and make it just wholesale a little bit smaller. And then I'll make her a little bit bigger on the screen. This does mean I'm probably gonna have to re-render the bangs again, but you know, these things happen. There are worse things in the world. I feel like her feet are quite large still. So I will adjust this part just a little bit more. Okay, that's looking a little bit better. So I will start drawing everything back. Fixing up all my lovely shapes. And doing whatever else I gotta do. Make everything look right again. But it's okay, everything is looking much more proportionate. So I think all of that was worth. Her arms are definitely a little bit long again. But to be fair, I changed many a thing, so this is not surprising in the slightest. I think I will make this hand a bit smaller too. It's just a placeholder for now, but it should still look about how the real one will when the time comes. Same with over here. I want the hand a little bit smaller first. And then I will fix the length of this arm. And now I think I will make her a little bit bigger on the screen. Oh, there's probably some pixel dirt somewhere. Let's crop that. Guess not. Alright. No, it's fine. I don't want her to be like the entire length, but this should be good. Let's go put the bracelet back on her arm. Okie dokie. I still think the head is a little bit big. There we go. And I think it's fine for her to have long legs. That is normal in anime girls. So, all is well. Okay. Oh, wait, that's the body layer, not the body group. There we go. Okay. So I probably broke a lot of things doing all that, but it's okay, yeah. It was kind of inevitable. Okay, let's get some of this silhouette back. Where the coat kind of comes out, and it is very cute, I assure you. Okay, and it's a bit long in the arms, which admittedly is kind of adorable, but not quite what I'm looking for here. And now we can actually get this onto her shoulders. So now the coat will fit her. Yay! Okay, and I want this to bunch up a little bit less. It is hanging down there. Follow the shape of her body a little bit more through there. Bunch up more toward the wrists rather than all the way down the arm, and something like that. There we go. That is closer to the shape that I was interested in. Okay. And I can get some of these other details back on her. So where is the belt? How should you go? You need to be a little bit more like this, and I think I want you to be much thinner. You might not even be visible, I don't know. But there is a belt there. Yep, not visible. That might actually be an issue. I want it to be a little visible. I will lift this up a little bit. Just until we see the slightest hint of where that belt is. Okay. Let's get that backpack back on. Yeah, let's actually get the backpack straps sitting on her shoulders. We'll just get everything sitting on her body here. Oh, her shoulders look a little broad now. Maybe I made the head a little bit too small. I think it's less that it's too small and more that it's too low. Maybe a little bit too small. But there we go. It is sitting on those shoulders now. So that is nice. It is nice to have a head attached to your shoulders. Okay, how do backpacks work? Yeah, they kind of curl inward a little bit and do something like this. This one will be sitting around her side here, so... You can see, I am not exactly being neat here. It's all good, I don't need to be. Most of it's going to be covered by the coat, but I just want to make sure that I know what's visible and what is not. Yeah, that is basically irrelevant right now, but I'll go ahead and draw the hint of the hair, kind of curling around the backside of her head here. Okay. That's probably too long, actually. Something like that. No, not something like that. I want it to be a little bit more bob-like. So something kind of like that. There's not a lot that's super visible there. Okay, let's Backpack wings are huge now. There. Let me go ahead and fill in this little gap here. I'm still not sure how that got there, but it sure is there. It happened somehow. I would ask too many questions. Okay, there. And I think that's all the layers back on, at least the ones that I intend to... Oh, no, the headphones aren't on. I was gonna say, at least all the ones I intend to keep, but I did not have the headphones on. And now I do. Okay. Give her silly little eyebrows back. Sure, I can decide where I would like to place her hairpins. Right there seems good. And this will attach, like, right there. If I decide to keep it. I may or may not. I'll leave it for now. And there. Yeah, I'd say it has some Koromaru energy. I think I can be happy with that. So I have thoroughly adjusted proportions and all that. I think I'm about as happy as I'm going to be with the design, since I went with a casual design instead of a more, I don't know, fantastical one like I normally do. It has been a while since I've tried to do a fashion. But I think she's proportionate. I think the design is cute. I think I can refine this and have it look pretty okay. Is there anything else I really need to do here? No, I think I kind of want to sit on this. So I might actually end a little bit early and do some more art training. Ooh. Because I've been working pretty hard to get all that. So I'm just thinking if there's anything else that I'd like to start doing. I guess I can kind of design her backside a little bit. I do like to avoid ending stream too early, and it hasn't even been 2 hours. Okay, sure. So much like with Cuba here, this is not going to be anything like super final or anything. This is just going to be... I'm going to do some basic stuff. I'm not even going to turn her feet around, really. Just do some basic design work. Like here I can actually design what the backpack will look like. I'm honestly not sure how I want it to look. But I'll see if I can find like a fashion backpack. Maybe I'll put a little Shiba Inu on the back. That might be adorable. That sounds pretty good. So I already know on the backside, she will not have a face. In fact, she will not have fluffy bangs. And we will just have... I don't know. Hair. It'll be coming down the back and doing hair things. Oh yeah, we won't have eyebrows. And we won't have the hairpin. So there we go. We got hair doing hair things here. I'll go ahead and add some lines just to make things more easy to understand. Okay, the headphones will not have cups. The straps will just go all the way around her neck. These wings will be on the front now. So I will bring them to the top. The perspective is pretty off on them, but that's okay. Okay, we'll draw the back of the coat there. It is going to just be open, and there will be no buttons. I'm going to hide the wings for a moment, just so that I can get this going around her neck properly. So there's going to be some kind of belt here, I guess. And it'll all be very cozy looking. Okay, let me make this a little bit less distorted here, just because it'll bother me otherwise. Does tell me I will probably have to do some things on the other side. In order to make sure that nothing looks super distorted. Okay, so we're gonna have backpack sitting there. And it'll do something, I guess, like this. Gonna go out and around and just be a little bit square at the bottom. Just simple backpack shape, doing simple backpack things. And the little wings will just kind of sit at the top. Just because I do want them to be that high. Like if we look at where they are on Koromaru, they are sitting on top of the shoulders there. If anything, I have them used a little bit too low. But for the sake of practicality, I don't really want them to be much higher than this. Remember, it'll be like a pouch in the front here. And, yeah, I'm just focusing on the design for the time being, so there'll be like a zipper here. And, you know, another zipper going around the back there. And then I was thinking of just having a little gray Shiba sitting there looking adorable. Just a little face. This looks more like a cat, but pretend it is dog-like. But yeah, so we'll just have a little character there smiling. And I think that'll be pretty cute. I don't really think it needs more detail. I don't really feel like turning the feet around. I guess I probably should do it a little bit. Just to make it clear that it is the back side. Let's see, the back of this kind of shoe I think is just gonna be like this. With the toes kind of sitting out in front like here. Blue on the bottom. Okay, and then I have the back there. Toes will go up this way. And there will be like just a little bit of toe coming out like this. And it'll be very quick and dirty. There. They are sufficiently turned around. And then I'm just thinking, is there anything else that needs to exist on the backside? But no, I think that's about what it's gonna look like. The backpack is the only real thing. And I think it's fine to just keep it simple, right? Let me see if there's anything else I want to put on it. It's like, I guess I could put on some charms. Because, like, I don't think I want it to be frilly or super extra. I don't think that matches the simplicity of the rest of it. Maybe a little bit of stitching. Alright, just have some blue stitching going around. And we have the little character on the back there, and I'll put some stitches around the pocket here. Normally, I'd expect a character to be up there. So maybe I can put just a little charm hanging off the bag here that, I'm not going to worry about making the letters right. This is a concept. But yeah, we'll have the C's thing right there and like that instead of having an armband. I've already got the big wings, so I don't really want to put small wings on it. Is there anything else at all? Maybe I should make part of it tan. Yeah, maybe instead of white, this part should be tan. Oh wait, this is the charm layer. Just add a little bit more color in here. And like I said, the little Shiba character here. And then I can, you know, make this part white, or should I make this part tan? No, I think this part should be white. Same color as the wings and separate it from the coat nicely. I still like the blue stitches going around though, so I'll put those back. Okay. Maybe some kind of pattern there. I don't know what kind of pattern I want, though. What kind of things go in those kinds of backpacks, anyway? Hello there, Lucas. Welcome. I'm designing a backpack, and I'm still thinking about what I want to do with it. Sorry, I do not speak Korean. So I could not read that at all. Let's see, some have like cute buckles and stuff, and when it comes to anime design, sometimes I feel like it's when in doubt, add belts. So let's give it a try. Like, I don't know, should I just plop in buckles here instead of using a zipper? Actually, that's pretty cute. So yeah, I think I'll do that. And, I just feel like I should plop something up there. That's the big thing. It's like, I just feel like there needs to be something there. I just don't know what yet. Normally that's where I'd want to put the character face, but it's covered by wings, so I don't want it there. So I'm having to think a little bit harder about other things that might be cute there. Maybe I'll just put her name. Maybe something like just... Can't see it right now, but... just Koro-chan. Yeah, and I think that's probably fine. So there's a quick sketch of the back while I sit on what I want to do here and make sure I still like it tomorrow. It's like I'm still deciding how I feel about the little bits of hair coming out there. Still just kinda deciding. Might not be bad to incorporate a little bit more red into the front design now that I look at it. I don't know where I'd want to put it though. Maybe somewhere on the shoe. Then again, maybe not. Choices are always hard. I'm just thinking about it. Let's see here. Let me collapse my copy just so I don't get them confused. And the copy here right now, I'm not going to be keeping it for the end. This was just a quick and dirty thing to design it. I always refine the front completely. I have it completely done before I duplicate the layers and start making the back layer. Anyway, currently I have this as white. How do they look as red? Maybe. I will have to think on that one. The red might be a little bit too strong. And I don't want to give her red socks or something, I don't think. I don't know, if I just had really short socks here. No. No. I don't know, I just don't think I like the red down there. I feel like something should something somewhere. Because, like, right now, I have the red in her eyes, I have the red on a bracelet, I have a red on the backpack tag. Do I want it anywhere else? That is my question here. Maybe it's like I could give her, like, red nail polish or something. That would still be pretty firmly upper body. It's okay, I'll try it. See how I feel about it. No, I still feel like the red is a little bit too strong. This may be all the red it needs, really. I am just making sure that I am happy with the color balance and everything else. Basically, I just really want to think about it before I declare it, you know, done. I don't know, should I put, like, a little pattern or something on here that's red? I could see it. I was just drawing a vague flower shape there. I'm not sure what kind of pattern I should put there. Let me draw something a little bit more in line with how I'd actually make it look. Maybe a wing? No, it would definitely have to be a thin pattern. That red is just so powerful. Okay, no, I don't think I want red in her lower body. I think this is fine. But I definitely wanted to make sure before I declared, no, I don't want to use the red. So I wanted to try several variations, but I think I am happy with my decision to just put a little bit of red on the wrist here. And I guess a little bit on the backpack. So I think that is probably sufficient. So I think from here, I do just kind of want to sit on it for a little bit and make sure that I still like it by the end. You know, like it next time. So that would be Sunday. So that'll give me a lot of time to just kind of digest everything and make sure there's nothing else I want to add and make sure that her proportions look correct and that there's nothing else I need to adjust there. Oh yeah, I think that's gonna be the design, roughly. I guess while I'm here, I will go ahead and fix the shading on her legs. Because it should really only be like this. Her legs do still feel quite long. Okay. If the legs are still a little bit long, I'll go ahead and fix that. Just a little. Okay, and with that, I will fit her to the screen again. Okay. Okay. Arms. Yeah, arms seem fine. Head seems good on the shoulders. Waist is maybe a little bit high. Yeah, waist is maybe a little bit high. Let me move the belt down a little. I'm just doing a final proportion check before I call everything good. And this means I should lower the coat a little bit. Okay. Okay, and do I still like the silhouette? I am just doing everything I can right now, but I think it still looks pretty good. I'm still not sure about the ahoge. That I might still remove. But, let's see. No, I think it's about where I want it. What I really want to see is whether or not I still like this part on the top of her head, or if I want to kind of alter that, because I'm still not quite sure. I do have some overall mixed feelings, and I don't think I could get away with having this much space between them. I guess I can try that kind of variant before I stop. So I duplicated the layer here, and now I can experiment freely. Oh wait, no, I duplicated the wrong layer. This one. So I could experiment freely. Let's see, should I make it narrower? And a little bit more ear-like in that regard. Because normally I'd expect them to come out of the center, but, you know, that's not how dog ears actually work. And at this point, I'm just kind of making up stuff to do. If I was working on my own, I probably would have done something else for a little while. At this point. But I gotta try things. I actually kind of do like that a little bit better than what I had. Okay. So that might work. That might work. And here I'm just cleaning up the shape of the back of the head a little. Make sure I'm totally satisfied with everything. Anything that I feel like could use some changes, I should change now. So that this way, next time I come by, and next time it's time to work on this one, everything will be, you know, looking the way that I wanted it to. And what I thought was good. And so I will be able to revisit everything with a fresh mind. But any changes that I feel like I can make now, I figure I should. I guess I'll clean up the shape of the legs too. Just do the best that I can while I've got the time here. Okay. Seems pretty alright to me. Those wings are quite big. Maybe I should make them a little smaller. That would also give me a little bit more space on the backpack here to put something up on the top. So I'll make the change there too, just so I can see if I want to put anything there. So like right here and right here. Yeah, that seems fine. And I think just having her name up there should be okay. Still looks very cute, I think. Gonna flip the canvas a little bit, and something about her face is still bothering me a little. And I actually think I know what it is. So I will fix that too. I just kind of want her eyes to do something like this. And with that, it also means I need to change these two layers. They should move together. Because this shape is supposed to follow where her eyes are. And I'm still not sure which variation I will like better when Sunday rolls around, so I'll just do it for both of them. Okay. And this should make the change too. Because these fluffy parts need to follow the eyes. Okay, and I just realized that I need to also change it on this side and make sure that this fluffy part stays underneath the eye like it's supposed to. Because I did move the eye over a little. Okay. Just looking over her face one more time here. Make sure that everything is where I want it to be. Just making sure that my facial proportions are good here. All that good stuff. I just want to get this into a state where I can look at it next time and be like, yes, this is good, or I need to fix this. But any changes that I can make now are good to do. Anything that I see that is a little bit off. Okay, but I think she's looking a little better. I guess I should move the eyebrows down with the eyes. I may or may not show the eyebrows. I haven't decided. I'm debating how much I want this hair to be hanging off her head. I just felt like it was a little bit strong. Just a little bit, and I will change this part for both variants here, just so that this way they will work the same, I guess, when I go to check both of them, and one won't just have proportion issues and make me dislike it less. Okay. Let's see, this side of her face, with the way that I have the hair there, it's just making the side of her face look a little fat, I think. It's like it's true, I want it to be round, and I even messed around with that quite a lot. But I don't know, there's just something that looks a little bit fat to me. Okay. Yeah, that doesn't make the side of her face look nearly as fat, so that's probably a good sign. Alright, and I think I am pretty happy with that, with where that is right now. So I think I will probably just leave it there. So, alright, I'll go ahead and stop here. And we'll see how I feel about all this come Sunday. So, thank you all for coming. And I hope you're able to make something wonderful today. I will see you all tomorrow.